Today on episode 96 of The Geek Perspective, we're going to talk about Rhode Island Comic and other stuff. So stay tuned. Welcome to today's episode. We have Rhode Island Comic. We have what we watched on TV, and I want to welcome my co-host. Yeah, what's going on, Tom?
No, what's up, Roy? How you doing today, buddy?
Living the dream.
Oh yeah.
A long week of work. I don't know how it is for you guys, but man, work's been crazy.
It hasn't been like super busy. I mean, Mondays and Tuesdays are always very busy at my job. It was picking up a little bit. We had a lot of overtime like a couple weeks ago. But then now it's kind of died out. But the summer comes and then we have a ton of overtime. But yeah, it's been a tough couple weeks. And then I got my second shot and that put me down, man. And second Moderna, which I'm glad I did, but holy cow, that put me down, man. So I feel you on the long week. I'm feeling it today. You know, I got the shot Wednesday, started feeling kind of weird later Wednesday night, but not too bad. But then early Thursday morning, woke up with a worse headache, had no energy, and I was just in bed all day on Thursday. Then felt good on Friday, probably because I was in bed all day. My back hurt. That was it from lying down so much. But now I'm tired again. And they said that too. They're like, yeah, you're gonna feel good the day after you feel sick, but you know, a lot of people like don't push it. And I was like, oh, I feel great, blah blah blah. I probably should have taken Friday off too. So it's
just so you know, my internet goes out. If my internet goes out, I'm gonna make you full screen.
Okay.
And I'll go fix my internet, see what's going on. If it goes out.
Okay.
Because you're already freezing up, and I can't tell if it's me or not. So I'm like,
yeah.
Because last time you were freezing up, but it was me.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I'm watching up the corner to see if that little bar shows up. I'm like, uh-oh.
Yeah, because I don't think it's me this time because you were getting choppy. It could be, but I did reset my modem earlier.
Yes, I did because I was an idiot.
And I've been this whole time, even pre-show when we were getting ready, I've been full bars. So, but it could be me. But
it was probably me.
I don't think it is.
My haunted house, the ghosts don't like our show, I don't think. all the spooks.
What's up, Rick?
Ricardo.
How you doing?
So you watch anything good recently before we get into the Comic-Con?
Yeah. Well, my favorite show right now, and one of my favorite shows, and I know you're gonna laugh. I know you laugh. You're not into it. Handmaid's Tale is back, season 4. Man, that show is so good. That show, it's crazy. I never thought I would have been into it. And a guy at work told I totally had a misconception. I thought it was like took place in the past and all this stuff. And then my guy at work, because his wife's super into it, he's like, it's not in the past. It's in the future, but not too far future. It's sort of like a dystopian. And it's not really clear what year it is. And I got into it. That show, man, that show is excellent. It's got everything, action and just good story, good acting. I can't say enough good things about it. For a show that I didn't think I would like, very, very excellent. What about you? I know there's others. I'll mention them after. What about you?
Yeah, I actually just started watching the show on Amazon Prime called The Underground Railroad.
Nice.
It's brand new. It just came out recently within the last week. 10 episodes. And it is not based on the real Underground Railroad because I can tell you why. It actually has a train driving underground. So it is not an official story, but it's cool either way. It gives you an idea what the slaves went through back in the day. I like it. I'm on episode 3, and it's a very, very good show. A little twists and turns, a lot of cool actors. So if you want something to watch, it's very cool.
Nice. I'll have to check that out. What else? I've been like there's a lot of good TV on right now. I'm trying to think. So another great show. I'm not sure because I watch it on Hulu, but it came out this last year, and it's one of my favorite new shows. It's called Big Sky. I don't know if it's ABC, CBS, and it's definitely not CBS. It's probably ABC or NBC, I would guess. It's got like I don't know there. It's got actors and actresses, or just actors that not super big names, but you've seen them in other things and stuff. And it's really like the first part of the season, it dealt with these girls' abduction and what was happening to them. Then they took a little break and they come back, and that's still part of the story. But then they have another story that they kind of incorporated. So it's really cool sort of show that I'm digging, called Big Sky. If you get a chance, you should definitely check it out. And then it just ended. You watch Snowfall on FX?
No.
So, Linda, before I go on to that, oops, I didn't even see that.
We're both clicking on it.
ABC, love Big. Okay, yes, so that's a great show, Linda. That's a great show. And Rich says loves Jupiter Legacy. I gotta watch that.
I saw that. I actually like that.
I gotta
watch. It get pretty hammered a little bit, but I actually liked it. Some people said it was hokey, didn't make sense. It's a superhero show. I mean, I don't know what you expected from it.
Yeah.
It's not even the real superheroes. It's based on an Irish comic book.
Oh, is that what it is? I read a little bit about
it's European either way, but it's based on a European comic book.
Oh, okay.
But I like it.
I definitely, that's on my list. It's one of those ones, just catching up on my others. But that Snowfall, I think you might like that, Roy. I don't know, but I dug it. Buddy at work, he recommended it to me. I think it was just before season, and it's on FX, and it deals with the beginning of the crack epidemic in the United States, and it takes place in South Central LA, and then they this season they went down to Arkansas or Alabama and showed how it was how they expanded it, and it's based on true stuff. It's not like an actual true story like the people. It's based on all these true things that happened about the crack epidemic, how basically the U.S. government started the crack epidemic in Black communities to fund a war in Central America, which is true. We know that's true for fact now, and it's really cool show on FX. It's
Rick's getting personal here.
Yeah. I noticed it was getting a little hot in the chat.
Me and Rich did a couple of shots before the show.
Oh boy!
Rich got me some.
Is it the whiskeys?
Actually, I'm going to show you. Yeah.
The Walking Dead one.
Whiskey for Christmas, and I forgot I had it, and so we did a couple.
Oh, that's a different one. Oh, okay, because you guys had the Walking Dead one last week. Or before.
That's good. I think that's gone.
Oh.
We finished that up. That was good stuff. So me and the neighbor across the wall and Rick tomorrow are going to meet. We have a house divider, and we're going to meet at the outside bar tomorrow for a couple of shots.
Nice.
To kind of relax us for Sunday afternoon,
Oh yeah, that's cool, man.
And get ready for the.
Rick and Rick.
Yep.
I always found that so confusing when I first got there. It was like, God, is everybody named Rick around here or something?
There's a Rick.
About one Rick, and I would think you were talking about the other Rick, and I was like, oh, Jesus.
It's funny, when I first met Rick across the wall, they called him Mr. Rick, and I was like, that's kind of racist. Like, you know, and it really isn't. But they did it because there's somebody rich around here, you know, because even Rich's son is Richie, you know, so it's all the same.
Yeah. Well, it's like
we're gonna have one next week.
Nice.
Oh, don't worry, Linda. I'm getting some what is it? What is it? Some apple whiskey, Canadian. I can't think of the name of it. But Crown Royal. I'm getting some Crown Royal apple.
Crown Royale, baby. I dated a girl. That was her mother's.
I dated a girl.
Of choice, drink of choice was Crown Royal. Yeah. Because we were both big whiskey people. She liked Maker's Mark. I was a Jameson.
Oh, Maker's Mark.
Yeah, Maker's Mark is good.
That was the first bourbon I ever got into.
Really? That's a good one. That's a good one, man.
I want to get hold of the 46. If you have the, I don't know if you probably had it because
no, anymore, but yeah, I don't drink anymore. Yeah. That came out after I had stopped drinking. Yeah, I remember the first night I had this girl Cindy. The first date we went and saw like Napoleon Dynamite, a movie, dinner, blah blah blah. Then we're like wanted to keep the night going, so like, oh, let's go by. I was living in Chicago, and I was like thinking to myself, this is the true test. What is she gonna get for herself? And you know, just met her, and we walk in, and I get like a bottle of Jaeger, or like a fifth of whiskey, and some beers, and she's back looking around at stuff, and then she comes up and she has like the big fucking handle jug of. It's like, all right, this might work out. This may work out with her because she's drinking a good drink. Maker's Mark, I'm down for that. So nice. Maker's Mark's a good one. Jameson was my favorite. Whiskey. Jameson.
Yeah, I've been getting into more bourbons, trying different things because I love beer. I'm not a big drinker, but I like beer. But I want something where I can have like a small drink of something, give me a good buzz, and be done. You know.
Have you looked into? And it's like if I was just a casual drinker, I would totally do this. I see it on social media sometimes and stuff. It's like Whiskey of the Month Club, where you join it. I forget how much it is. It's not a lot of money, and then they send you like I think I want to say maybe it's like a fifth bottle or something each month. Really? It's a different kind of like your hot sauce. They send you a different kind, and they might send you other stuff that pairs well with it. You know what I mean? The reviews that I see people that like leave on the advertisements and stuff are like, oh, I love this, blah, blah, blah. This is great. I'm getting to try, you know, all these different whiskeys. And then you can, if you really like it, you can kind of like upgrade and get more each month and stuff like that. And I was like, that's actually a pretty cool concept right there. Yeah,
well, it'd be good for me because I'm always looking to try something different.
And you're a very social sort of drinker.
Yeah,
that's why I thought of you. You know what I mean? Because you're not a big booze guy. So
no.
It's like
can't keep up with the Manneries and the Almquist of the world. But hey, Tom, you know we have a paranormal show podcast.
I did hear that there was one that was really good.
Yes, you can actually watch the show on YouTube, Spotify, iHeartRadio, all kinds of podcatchers, wherever you watch podcasts. It's a pretty cool show.
We
got an episode. Don't we have an episode coming up this Thursday?
Yep, this Thursday. I believe it's the Haunting in Connecticut. The one just dropped last Thursday that was really good on God, what was it on? Oh, the Skinwalker Ranch.
Yes, that was good.
That was an excellent episode. Really
good episode.
Fun. Yeah, it was a fun episode. There's a lot of good ones. I mean, they're all good, but there's some really, really, really good ones in there too. It's good. There's a little bit of everything if you're into the paranormal. It's not just ghost or it's not just hauntings. We touch on a little bit of everything, you know, urban legends and murders, and I like it because it's like I said, it's got a little bit of everything for everybody.
It's all encompassing for the paranormal.
Yeah, and it's a lot of fun. Definitely, you should check it out.
If you like podcasts, check us out. And you can, if you want to go to our website, all our episodes are there. You can go to www.podpage.com/The Reaper Paranormal Show, and you'll see a link to all our episodes. So check
There
that
it
out.
is.
There on the screen. You can go there now and check us out. But today's topic, Rhode Island Comic Con. It's end of May. Before you know it, it's going to be that time of year. And we actually have 3 more guests. Well, 2 guests and artist coming. Jennifer Morrison from Once Upon a Time in House. Do you ever watch the show Once Upon a Time, Tom?
I haven't, and everybody tells I never thought about it, and everybody's like, dude, it's really good. So I eventually got to check that out.
It's a really good show. Really good show. And also coming to Comic-Con is Rampage Jackson, which that's kind of cool. I was a big fan of him in the MMA. MMA fighter in on the 18.
Yep. Yeah, Rampage. It was he was the man for a minute in the UFC, and it happens to every fighter. Somebody younger and better comes along. It's just the nature of that sport. You're only on top for a short amount of time because it is such a physical sport. But he was the shit for a while, for a little while. I remember then somebody that I knew actually beat him for that title, the light heavyweight title. The guy that I was friends with. I was shocked because Rampage was the man, the champion at that time. Everybody thought he was the man, and that was sort of the decline, and he was starting to get more into like movies, A-Team, stuff like that. So yeah, that's a very, very, very cool get for Rhode Island Comic Con.
Yeah, it's cool to see some MMA fighters getting involved now with the convention.
Yeah, man.
You get wrestlers, now you get MMA fighters. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's they haven't really announced too many wrestlers yet for Rhode Island, but that'll be coming.
Cyborg would be cool to get to Comic Con.
Yeah,
he was a beast. But also we have artist Pat Broderick. He's a comic book artist for the Micronauts, Captain Atom, and Doom 2099. I don't know a lot about Mr. Broderick. I looked at some of his work. Good work, obviously. But he's coming to Comic Con. If you've never been to Comic Con, there are celebrities, actors, actresses, and then they have like artists from comic books, sketch artists, and there are booths where you can buy trinkets, hats, shirts, all kinds of cool stuff. Pops, Funko Pops was big at one time. I wonder how big they'll be this year. It's a huge industry. Collectibles.
I'll be curious on because the last Rhode Island Comic Con, the last one, there wasn't a ton of Funko, but the one before that, there was a ton. It was like every vendor. It was like really weird. So I'll be curious on the Funko. I mean, obviously comic books are pretty big there. And the prints, the picture, like me and you got a bunch of those movie prints the last time and stuff. But yeah, if you haven't been, you should definitely,
if you like geek stuff, there's probably something there for you. Like I'm a huge Star Wars buff, and they have like Star Wars stuff set up. They have booths, and they have people dressed up in Star Wars gear. There are people like cosplayers dressed up doing sword fights in the halls, and it's just a very cool atmosphere. One guy has an R2-D2, which I am so jealous of. It's a full size R2-D2. He has a remote. He just wheels around. It beeps. I'm like, dude, I want one. He goes, I'll build you one for $2,000. I'm like, I wish I had it. I'd do it in a second.
Yeah,
I would love them. I have a small R2-D2 about this big.
Yeah.
But, oh man, if I had a full size one.
There's a lot of cool stuff to do. Everybody, for the most part, is friendly, so it's just a good time. The panels. I mean, I've only been to one when I had to go with the actress I was with, and
we were at the same one actually. You and I.
Yes, yeah, and I didn't. I could only. I was watching. I didn't really get to watch because I was backstage, just making sure she was all right and everything. And but So, but yeah, there's a little bit of a little bit of everything for everybody. If crowds aren't your thing, I don't know how it's going to be run this year with the COVID and stuff. Then Rhode Island might not be your bag because it's very, very crowded. But if you want to go to a con, but you don't want to deal with that type of crowd, but you want that con experience and you live in this area, another good one, and we're not affiliated, but I tell people because I'm going to it. Roy said that he'd be interested in going, is Terrificon right down at Mohegan Sun. It's about a 40-minute drive from my house. It's at the casino. It's Terrificon. It used to be Comic Con, CONN, because it's the Connecticut Comic Con, and now it's called Terrificon, and it's a great little one. It's the first weekend in August, right around the end of July into like August 1st, 2nd, 3rd, right around there. And that's a great little one that's not as crowded. It's cool too because it's at the casino, so there's tons of different restaurants you can go to and courtyards or food courts and stuff. Or if you're just like, this isn't my thing, you go gamble a little bit. And go throw some money in some slots, or put some money on red or black or whatever. So that's another good one. I mean, I would say go to Ryan because that's the one we go to, where we work at and everything. But I totally understand if crowds aren't your thing.
And they do get huge crowds, so like it's no joke. So be wary of that. So Tom, anyone that you'd want to see at Comic-Con or that you want to see come back to Comic-Con? Is there like a number one person for you?
So there's some guys I would like to come back, or come back. These, and I'm kicking myself that I never met Robert Englund when he was there. Freddy Krueger. But his line was outrageous the whole weekend, which is to be expected, the original Freddy and stuff. But that would be cool if he came back around. Kane Hodder, for sure, would be excuse me. Really cool. I had a third one right, and then it just went right out of my brain. What about you?
People from the Mandalorian, that'd be cool. More Star Wars people, and some of them are actually coming, so it's kind of pretty easy.
Chuck Palahniuk, I would want to go. He wrote Fight Club. He's an author. He wrote Fight Club. He's written a lot of novels. He's my favorite author. I have a ton of his autographs, but I've actually never got to meet him in person. And because I love his writing, it's awesome. I would love it. I think he only does San Diego and maybe one up in Washington area because that's where he's from. He doesn't do a ton of them, so that's one I would like. That's a little more selfish because he's not super mainstream, but I'd love to see.
It's kind of cool to get some people that aren't so mainstream too. You get a whole new audience,
Mm-hmm.
You get that random person comes over, who are you? Or like look at some of your stuff. Then all of a sudden it's like, wow, I'm going to check out some of this stuff, Or like me, if I meet somebody that I'm with a lot of celebrities that aren't like huge, but those are my favorite because they'll actually, you can talk to them and they'll talk to you, and nothing big celebrities don't because they do too, but they're so busy that to have a conversation with them is real difficult. Whereas the smaller celebrities, I don't want to call them smaller celebrities, but lesser known, I guess, which they shouldn't be because I'm from the 80s, and let me from the 80s and 90s, gods to me, and just talking to them is really cool. And they'll talk to you about like shooting movies, like scenes, and like you get a lot of insight to what goes on in Hollywood with them, and it's just very cool.
Yeah, I like being with the not too big ones because I've been with both, like you know what I mean, pretty big ones, and I like. And part of it, I'm not gonna lie, is a little selfish that I don't have to. I'm getting older. It's not as crazy, It's tough when you're with somebody that's big and they have a line all weekend long. That's like it's it's pretty tough. So, I kind of like it when they're, they're not super famous, but and plus, like you said, you have great conversations with them. You get to know them as a person, as opposed to like when they have a line all day. You're just kind of, you don't get as much one-on-one time with them and really get to know them as well. So I agree with you there, 100%.
And anyone listening, who do you guys want to see at Comic-Con if you were to go? If you're going to go to a convention, who would you want to see at the convention?
Yeah.
Let us know in the comments, because I'd be interested to see who they want to see. Because if you go to RhodeIslandComicCon.com, there's a link that you can send to them of guests that you want to appear, and they're looking for comments from people that go to cons. Say, hey, who do you want to see at the convention? So you can give your comments there and tell them who you want to see. I actually told Jackie about Kane Hodder, actually. And I'm not saying that's why he was there, but I told her before he came, like, dude, you should get Kane Hodder. He'd be huge. And I think they're already in the works of getting him.
Yeah.
But, I was like, dude, get him. And so you can give your comments, and you never know, your favorite people may appear. Rich wants Ozzy, which is funny because I met Meatloaf it'd be kind of cool meet Ozzy. I met Meatloaf. Yeah. I met Alice Cooper. You wouldn't think you'd ever meet in the world.
Yeah, Ozzy would be cool. Damn it, I
met Dee Snider. Dee Snider, he was wild.
Yeah, Dee Snider. Oh, damn it, I just lost one. And but the guys from people from The Boys, that would be pretty cool because I like that show.
Yeah, that'd be cool too.
They're God damn it, I just had one and it's, oh my God, my brain still in a fog from.
And also, if you guys are going to volunteer for Comic-Con, all you have to do is go to the website and in the application section, there's a volunteer button. You volunteer, you do like a shift or a half a shift. I don't know how it works this year, but you get it free for the whole weekend. So you have to do one shift and you're free for 3 days.
Yeah.
So that's amazing.
It's really the best way to go.
They're $20 to $30 for a ticket, so you're saving $60.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. If you want, I mean, it's expensive for like 3 days. If you want to go for 3 days, it's.
And you have to see everything. You can't see it on one day.
No.
Saturday is hugely busy.
Mm-hmm.
Friday, some of the somebody's not even there yet.
Yeah.
And Sunday is moderate. But yeah, you need all 3 days. I in my opinion.
A pro tip, I'll tell you, if you're going and you're a Ted Nugget.
He's a nugget, all right.
A nugget. I don't like Ted Nugent. Yeah. A pro tip for you: if you go in and it's like you want to pick, if you're going to actually get collectibles and stuff like that, to actually get comics and Funkos and stuff like that, Sunday's your best day. Now you might miss out on some stuff because it has been all weekend, but if it's like more sort of common stuff that you just want to pick up there, though, Sunday's your best day because most of them are starting to cut deals because they just want to, sell as much as they can before they leave, so they don't have to, pack it all up, understandably, because some of them are coming from, have really long drives and everything like that. So, excuse me. So Sunday's the best day for deals. I remember, running around the last couple hours on Sunday and going and, guy give me 10 comic books for $2. Just like, yeah, take them all, $2 and stuff like that. So
even those posters we bought, they gave you a discount on those.
Yeah, Sunday's the best for shopping. Yeah, because it's like I said, they just want to get out, and if they can make a little extra money on the way out the door, they're all for it. So,
and less they have to carry out too.
Yes, and remember, when you go to a con, remember you can haggle about anything.
Rick and Linda have their own conversation.
Yeah. I know. I've been watching it go on.
They're ignoring us. I'm sorry, Doug. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying, remember, when you go to a con, the idea, it's like a flea market. You haggle with people. I see some people, and because con prices is not a joke. You'll hear that term, con prices. They'll jack everything up on stuff or, but they do that knowing that you're going to try to haggle them. So just keep that in mind if you do go. Don't pay the first price you see. Try to catch a deal. Try to pay with what you're comfortable with, because more times than not, they'll come down, especially on a Sunday, even a Saturday night. Maybe not so much on a Friday when they're first setting up, but yeah.
Well, Tom, who's the favorite person you've ever met? Do you have a favorite
that I ever met? So, well, Drea was great. That was my first year, and it was so fun working with her. She's just a real down-to-earth person. Got to work with her all weekend. It was a little looser than when I was working there. That it was, you just stayed with them the whole time. They went into the green room, you went with them. They went, smoke break, you went with, stuff like that. So that was great. She was a sweetheart. She bought me a bunch of things and gave me some money, and which it's not expected. She didn't even give me the option to say no. She actually hugged me and stuck it in my pocket while we were hugging money. Cool. So she was fantastic. I've come to really like Stefan Kapicic, Colossus. It was a little stressful. Me and him, I think we kind of butted heads at the first day a little bit. He came in, he was nervous. He was new to the con, and you could see that he didn't really know how. I think it was only his second or third con ever at that point, and so you could kind of see he was still feeling it out, and he came across as a little bit, I like standoffish, maybe didn't like me, but then we got to know each other obviously through the weekend, and me and his manager became really, really cool. And
did he remember you though the next year? Like he remembered you.
Oh yeah, every year
he
now.
remembered you. So
every year we talk that
he's there. Hit it off.
We talk, we go have a cigarette. He'll just gives me a bunch of signed stuff. So that's what I mean. It was rocky at first, but now we've become really cool, where it's like every time I see him, we just, we sit down and shoot the shit for a while or smoke a cigarette and, get something to eat together and stuff.
And that's rare because they meet so many people. So for them to remember you, that's big.
Yeah. So that was cool. I mean, everybody I worked with, I've liked, even when I was in the anime room, but I would say they're my favorite.
Your favorite room.
Yeah. Rey Mysterio was an excellent dude too. Rey Mysterio was really cool working with him. So for people I worked with, those are my favorites that I've met. If I was to say like non-person I worked with but got to meet at a con, it would either be Elvira or Lita, the women's wrestler Lita. She was really, really nice. What about you?
The guys from the Sons of Anarchy were awesome.
Yes.
They were amazing.
Yeah.
Like
the big dude, Ryan Murphy or something. Was that his name? The guy, Opie?
No, I wasn't with him.
Is that his name? No, I'm saying, is it Ryan Murphy?
Ryan Murphy, yeah.
Yeah, he was a nice guy.
He was a real nice guy.
Yeah, you were with.
My friend Chris, she was like, "Get pictures." I'm like, "No, I'm not taking a picture, dude. You drunk?" Like, no, because I texted her. I was having lunch with all of them. Because you were there too. Yep. And so they were awesome.
Yeah, they were really nice.
So they were definitely near the top.
That's where me and Roy met, actually, right there. That was when me and Roy met. We were both working.
You were with Rhea?
Yeah, I was with Rhea. He was with Ron, and that's what we met.
And Ron Perlman, Kane Hodder, and Gail Godot, my three favorite people. For different reasons. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even.
I met her through. I was with somebody from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I can't remember his name. I'm going to total blank.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah,
Though. It was
he signed my shirt. He drew on my one of the
he turned into the bad guy.
yes.
Oh my god, that's
Real
right. I
nice.
gotta look it up because it's on the tip of my tongue. And
He's an awesome dude. He's a really cool dude.
What the fuck?
So he wanted to meet Gal Gadot. He's like, oh, Gal Gadot's here. I'd love to meet her. I'm like, dude, you're a celebrity. You can meet anybody you want. I'm like, yeah, you're a star. He's like, no, she's a star. I'm just an actor. I'm like, dude, you're a star. Like he didn't think of himself as a big time actor.
I love when you're like that. Okay, Brett Dalton.
Brett Dalton, yes, thank you.
I love when they're like that, by the way, though, where they're actually starstruck by.
And it was genuine too. It wasn't like he was playing it up. Like it was genuine. It was like, no, I can't meet her. I'm like, dude, come on, let's go meet her. You have a half an hour. Let's go down. I'll introduce you. So we go down there. We go down to at this point, it was in the hockey rink, remember? Yeah. All the big names, Robert England, they're all down there. So I put them down there. We fought through the crowd. And now me, I'm like, how am I going to do this? Because Gal Gadot's a big time celebrity. So I'm like, well, let's just see what happens. Because I didn't know if they're going to be like, what the hell are you doing here? Did you be upstairs? So I walked in. I walked up to her. I go, hey, Gail, my name's Roy. And she goes, hi, Roy. She smiled. It was really nice. I go, hi, this is Brett Dalton, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. She's like, I know who he is. He wants to meet you. So they started talking, and they talked it up, and they were like, oh, thank you for bringing him down here, Roy. We'll talk later. And then she said, thank you later for bringing him down because she wanted to meet him anyway, blah, blah, blah. And,
that's awesome.
And it's funny. My opinion changed of her because, like, when she got the Wonder Woman thing, I was like, who's this model? The skinny little model. But then you meet her. She's like the nicest person. Like the nicest person. Which, to go on a quick rant, she posted something about the Israel conflict, not going into a political thing, but all she asked for was peace on both sides, and she get ripped for it. And I was like, what? Peace for both sides. God forbid you want everyone to be safe. I was like, oh, Jesus. But Kane Hodder, because I love horror movies. Mm-hmm. And I've always wanted to meet him. And I tell everyone the story that, like, we were kidding around one time, and he goes, Roy, I'm going to kick your ass. And I was like, that's the best thing anyone's ever said to me. He's like, why? I go, because Jason just threatened to kill me. Because that's like heaven. That's amazing, dude. That's cool. Oh, the guys from Grimm. Well, I met him, the black guy from Grimm too. Yeah,
that's cool.
He we're outside. I probably shouldn't say this. We're outside drinking, bringing the celebrities in, booking them in. I was helping people book them in, and he was going out to get some food, and he come back with his wife. I don't know where his wife came from, but he came back and he had his wife with him. I'm like, oh, you went shopping? This is after we booked him in, so I met him a little bit and we talked casually. I'm like, wow. He goes, oh, dude, you hungry? I got some chips here. I got pretzels. No. I'm just kidding. I don't want your food. He's like, no, dude, you guys are all drinking out here, having fun. We might come down and join you. Have some food. Like, no, we're good. And so he came down, hung out with us for a little bit. Real nice guy. Which, again, we are so lucky. We get to be with people. We say this every year when we get together after the show. It's like another nice person. You don't expect them to be mean, but you hear a lot of horror stories in general about actors in general, and it's like, well, let's see how this person is. And I think Tom would agree. We get lucky with some really nice people. There've been some people there that have been, I'm just going to say handfuls. Yeah, not very nice, and
it happens every year that there's a few that you just start hearing the stories. It's like, oh, this guy, I don't think they're going to ask him back, and he said some pretty off-color things or doing some off-color things. So yeah, I 100% agree, man. We have been lucky. And I really like that story about them fanboying. It reminds me, Stefan and his manager totally fanboyed when Stan Lee was there that year. It was like I had to just watch the table for like over an hour while they tried to figure out how they could get close to Stan Lee. And it was like, and Stefan even is in the fucking Marvel movies and stuff. But yeah, they totally fanboyed.
I was 5 feet away from Stan Lee, and I was too afraid to say anything to him. He didn't seem very happy. You see, I don't know, something was going on with him, I think.
He was tired. From what I heard, it was like anytime there was a break, he was actually just sleeping in his chair.
The guy was like 90-something years old.
I think he was 94 or 95 when he was at Rhode Island, because he passed away not long after.
Yeah.
So it was because I know one of my buddies got the package where he got to meet him, got the photo ops, all that, and he said it was the best thing ever. But he's like, dude, it was a little bit sad.
Yeah, he looked off. Which is why I didn't say anything to him. I'm like, I'm not gonna bother the guy.
Yeah, it was, but yeah, that's another regret. Not getting to meet him before he passed.
I'm just like I said, I'm just fortunate. I was actually, right next to him for a few minutes.
Cool.
That to me was good enough. Like I said, I hate bothering people. That's one thing I will never do. I will not bother people.
Yeah.
Especially if they look like I said, he looked awesome, but I'm gonna leave him alone.
Yeah.
And, it's one thing if they're walking around in a good mood. Hey, what's going on? And then people, I'd be sitting at my table with the actor or something. If no one's going around, someone walks by, I go, "Hey, how's it going?" And sometimes go and come on and start talking to you. And that's how I met Herschel from Walking Dead. I walked over to talk to his agent because I knew his agent, and he was like, "Roy, will you give me a tour?" I'm like, "What?" like, give me a tour around this place. I'm like, okay. I'm like, I'm giving Herschel a tour. That's the greatest thing. Well, that's a great story. And then I'm leaving. He goes, "Roy, give me. I want to sign your shirt." I'm like, okay, because I'm not a huge autograph person, but I was like, Herschel wants to sign my shirt. I'll let him sign it.
Yeah.
That I need to put into a frame, like a frame thing.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, it's funny. I'm not really an autograph person, but I have been lately. I don't know why. Maybe it's getting older and just kind of want to remember all these people that I met because it's like my memory is already so bad. But I'm I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, we have fun every year. So
yeah.
That's at Comic-Con this week. And just to let everybody know, we do shows every other week now, so there's no show next week. But I'm sure we'll talk about ideas for the following show because some people coming over the house next week, so we'll be
cookout, baby.
Yeah, cookout at my house.
The cookout. It's
you know where I live. You want to come over? Come on over.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna roll up with just a couple minivans full of people and no, but yeah, I'm looking forward to it, getting the projector going and I haven't been out there in a while. I think what was the last time I was out there when we went out to Springfield, right?
Yeah.
The last time I was there. So it's been a good month or so.
Yeah.
So it'll be I'm looking forward to it. Nice long weekend and
for some of us.
Yeah, well,
but I have no problem with it though. I'm sure
you're getting that holiday pay, so you can't honestly. If they would allow us to get that, holiday double pay, whatever, it's I'd probably work Memorial. I wouldn't do it on every holiday, but I do on like a Memorial Day. I'd think about it.
Good. I'm working Memorial Day, so I'll be off for the 4th of July.
Oh, that's cool.
Not that it really matters, but yeah, I'll be off the 4th of July. So, and those are two of the big summer holidays,
Yeah, that's
so it's one of them off, so it's not a big deal.
And don't forget about the biggest of them all, VJ Day.
That's right.
Rhode Island, we're the only state that still celebrates it. So backwards in Rhode Island.
All right, guys. Thank you for listening to our show today. Thank you for all the comments and your input and getting involved. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
And then on Thursday, our podcast is doing the story of the haunting in Connecticut. And so you want to stay tuned for that. And so make sure you subscribe to our channel. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Comment on this video. And thank you, Rich, for that comment. And so comment on this video. Let us know what you guys think. If you have your own ideas of who you want to see at Comic-Con, again, after the show's over, post down below. We'll answer your posts. And we want to see what's going on.
Yeah.
So you guys, for Linda, we'll have to talk later about that, Linda. I don't know what's up with that. We'll have to talk later. But anyway, for Tom and myself, everybody have a great weekend. See you guys soon.
Thanks, guys.